This video is sponsored by Train World, America's discount model train store since 1968.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy from the DIY and Digital, and today we are detailing building number 1. Welcome back everybody. First of all, if you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Special thank you to Train World for sponsoring this video. They sponsored the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Those guys are awesome. That giveaway is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern live on this channel. So if you're entered, do not miss that giveaway. Okay, so we are detailing building number 1 from my Etsy store. If you have already bought this building, which a lot of you have, or if you have just looked at the listing, you know that it just comes with gray primer and the base and the roof, or whatever color PLA I had. It's either gonna be gray or white. So this is what it looks like, fully finished and fully detailed with a few extra 3D printed parts that we're gonna talk about at the end of the episode. So let's go ahead and hop into detailing this thing. I first begin, as always, by spray painting the building its base color, and I've linked this particular color in the description below. Notice that I don't overpaint the building and I don't put too much of a paint coat on it. Even if you're using a matte or satin finish, you're going to get a sheen on the building if you put too much paint on it. I then let the building dry overnight. Next, I mask off the areas I need to paint the concrete color. I got this next part from a tip from one of my subscribers, Keith Edgington, who told me to do a quick coat of the primary color to seal in the edges of the mask. Thanks, Keith! Once I've done that quick coat, I let it sit for about an hour, and then I coat it with the concrete color, which I will also link in the description below. Now, the fun part, removing the masking. This is my personal favorite part. And it looks like I only have a few spots to touch up off camera. Thanks for the tip, Keith. It worked really well. Now I use some acrylic light gray to paint in the details. I like using a stiff bristle brush with a straight edge to give me more control over where I put the paint. Now that those details have dried, it's time to weather, and again I'm using pastels. I start with white to bring out the mortar lines. Then I use black to age the building and dirty it up a bit. I use the black pastels again to weather the base. Now it's time for details. I 3D printed a bunch of detail parts that I designed, and I hope to have these on sale soon. Now today I'll be doing a couple roof details and some trash cans and oil drums. I break off the pieces that I need. I paint the trash cans a dark green color, and the drums and the roof details a silver color. You'll notice that they are on a piece of painter's tape, and the reason that I do that is so that they stay in place while I'm painting them and they're easy to grab without damaging the coat that I just put on them. While those are drying, I use double-sided tape to secure the building to the base. If you want a more permanent solution, I would use Superglue.
Superglue works great with 3D printed parts, both FDM parts and resin parts. And I use the same technique to attach the roof. I take the roof that's included with it and I spray paint it a flat black, and I attach it to the double-sided tape once it dries. Now I can glue on all of my roof details, as well as the various trash cans and drums. So that's all I'm going to do to this. I'm going to put a clear coat on it off camera, and here is the final result. You'll see it sitting next to Building 2, which you guys saw weathered and detailed last month, as well as Building 3, which is one's going to be coming up in the future. Personally, I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out, and considering that I made this all completely from scratch using 3D printing, I could not be happier with the results.
So that is how I detailed building number 1, just using some spray paint, some regular acrylic paints, and a few extra 3D printed parts. I am hoping to have these 3D printed parts for sale soon in my Etsy store in an HO scale. Not quite sure about Z scale because that's getting pretty small out there. So that is what I'm working through. I just have to work through some support issues with the print because when it fails spectacularly and stuff gets stuck everywhere. And so I want to make sure that I have everything right before I get these up for sale and start having to print a lot of them. So speaking of the Etsy store and speaking of production, I'm starting something new for you guys that are always interested in when I'm producing buildings, what I'm producing, if I'm going to get around to producing something. So I have officially started a Patreon page, and the Patreon page is eventually going to have 4 tiers. I'm still creating the content for the higher 2 tiers, but I do have the lower 2 tiers ready for you guys. And what they are is there's going to be the passenger level, which is $1 a month, and the signalman level, which is $2 a month. Passenger gets you access to all the posts that I make on my Patreon page. Any polls that I put, you get to vote on, and you get to comment on new ideas for episodes. You basically get a pretty strong voice in how the channel is run and what kind of videos are going to be posted. So you also get a 10% discount code to my Etsy store. Again, that's the passenger level at $1 a month. Now the $2 a month signalman level is going to have all of the benefits that I just talked about, plus you're going to get access to my production schedule. So what I'm going to be doing from now on is producing a run of buildings, and then I'm not going to produce any more until those sell out and I've produced the other buildings I have in my queue. So if you know that there are certain buildings that you are going to want, you're going to be able to see when I am producing those so that you can be ready to buy them if you would like to. So again, you get all the bonuses of passenger plus that 10% discount code, and you get access to the production calendar. I'm going to have 2 more tiers at $5 a month and $10 a month, and those are going to get you some serious bonuses that I'm still trying to work on and get done. So that's the new Patreon page. It just ties into more things that I'm trying to do to make this community, come together a little bit more and hear more from you guys. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any updates like this video. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe and happy railroading. I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe and happy railroading. There's an airplane outside. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic, but... Oh yeah, you can definitely hear it. Really, there's an air show above my house right now.